Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, and I am also known as ETCG1, and I start things off on ETCG1 with, hey, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Please enjoy the digital confection that I found for you. I'm covered in snow, and the reason for that is I just got through snow blowing for the first real snow. I don't want to say the first real snow, last snow was also real. But this one was pretty significant, and this is the first one I've used my new snowblower with. My lips are barely working. I'm kind of frozen. It's like 2 degrees outside. Well, it was 5 degrees this morning when I started. I don't know what it is now. It's stinking cold, let's put it that way. Anyhow, the driveway is all snow blown. The whole thing, the whole 1,000 feet, I did it. And it's actually kind of great. Here's a few things that, well, my dad gave me as far as advice. He lives in Western New York. He's used to dealing with snow all the time. He's been blowing snow for longer than I've been alive, let's put it that way. So I'm keen to take his advice. One of the things he said, get a coat with a hood with a long snorkel. That means it sticks out long this way and maybe some fur on the end of it. And that'll keep the snow out of your face, because as you're blowing snow and it goes everywhere and gets in your face and all that other kind of stuff. So that was key. I also wore a pair of sunglasses. I have, well, my own little setup here to keep snow and stuff off my face, although the scarf doesn't work very good. It kind of falls off after a while, and with my gloves it's kind of hard to put back on. So I have to find a different solution for that part of it. But my chest waders work really well for, you know, being in the snow and all that kind of thing. Although they're not really good on the ice, but I don't know what is good on the ice besides like spiky things. Another, and the kids will say this came in clutch. And this is 100% true, and I 100% advocate for this. Silicone on the inside of the snowblower itself, especially in the chute. And what this will do is it will keep the snow from sticking to the inside of it and clogging things up. One of the things he said about the silicone he said try to avoid getting it on the augers. You just want to get it on all the stuff where, like the chute and all the stuff where the snow slides. But it worked great. Here's one other thing that Dad did mention, and that was to keep like a stick or something to clear out the chute if it does get clogged. So you want to bring something with you to clear that out. Some snowblowers have one of these plastic things that's like clipped to the actual snowblower itself. I need to find a place for one for me. And the reason why he says use a stick is because you don't want to put your hand down inside the snowblower to clear any stuff out, because he says, and it's a good point, there could be some pent-up energy in there, and something could move and break loose while you're sticking your hand in there. So keep all your digits on your hands and use a stick or something to clear the chute out rather than trying to dig it out with your hand. The other piece of advice that he gave me was keep some spare shear pins around, because they're gonna break. And he keeps them like in a little bag with the snowblower, so if he's out in the driveway or something like that, he doesn't have to come all the way back to the garage. I thought that was brilliant, so I'm gonna take a little plastic baggie, put some shear pins in it, and keep it in with the mower while I'm out there doing stuff in case one of the shear pins breaks. Brilliant idea, Dad, thanks. He did give me a lot of great advice, and thanks, Dad. And I want to thank all of you, because in the comments to my last video, a lot of you left a lot of comments about things that could be helpful to me as far as getting my snowblower to work as good as it can work and all that other kind of thing. Aside from that, what I can say on the mechanical side of things is keep your oil toughed off, keep the engine maintained, you know, belts, all that kind of stuff. Make sure all that stuff is also working so that you don't break down while you're out there. Like me, if I break down while I'm out there, I'm kind of screwed, because I'm far away from the shop and it's going to be kind of difficult getting all that stuff back here. So I really don't want to break down out there. So I'm going to be really on top of my maintenance and all that kind of thing. But I am enjoying the new snowblower, and well, I don't say I look forward to the snow now, because it does take a while and it is pretty cold out there. But it is nice to know that I have the equipment to handle that. So that's one more piece of the puzzle to this property, and now I need to get busy putting all this stuff together in the shop. So I'll get busy with that for the rest of the day, perhaps. Or I'll just maybe take a break, because I'm kind of tired and I need to get warm. So maybe some hot cocoa or some tea or something in my future. Not really sure. Anyhow, I want to thank you so much for watching today. I hope those tips that my dad gave me and some of you have given to me also are helpful to the rest of you. And if I missed something, please feel free to leave it down in the comments. If you have automotive questions, I ask that you head to ericthecarguy.com. That'll be linked in the description along with bunches of other stuff. So if you got any questions while you're watching the video, check the description. There might be an answer there, including to your automotive questions. Thank you so much for watching today. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. I'll see you next time.